Hello and welcome to the tutorial on how to use AquaTwin Asset's Failure Prediction Tool. This tutorial will cover how to set up the Failure Prediction Tool and discuss how to use it in your asset risk analysis. To begin using the Failure Prediction Tool, first the AI machine learning model needs to be built. To do this, make sure that Failure Prediction is selected in the AI Machine Learning tab and click on Model Builder. To use the failure prediction tool, you need two main pieces of data, an asset layer and a break layer. First, select the asset you wish to use the failure prediction tool on. This can be any asset type in your model as long as you have break data associated with that asset. The next input data you need is the field of the selected asset that contains the installation year of the asset. A sampling percentage is then selected, but the default is 10%, and that should be sufficient for most failure prediction analysis. This is all the input data that is needed for the asset itself. Next, the break data is added to the failure prediction model. This data can be entered in as an external feature layer or an external table. In this example, we used an external layer named breaks. From here, you need to map the break data to the asset data by selecting its associated asset ID field. For example, for an asset that does have break data, it will have an asset ID field, facility ID in this case, and it will have an associated break layer that has an associated asset ID field, facility ID in this case, and those asset IDs should match. Lastly, choose the failure year for the break data layer and then click Next. Now we get to choose which attributes we want to include in the failure prediction model. In addition to the traditional failure indicators, such as asset age and asset material, the user has the flexibility to include any GIS data associated with the selected asset in the failure prediction model. All of these options on the left-hand side are all different fields in the pipe asset feature class and are available to be used in the failure prediction analysis. Once the user has chosen all of the fields they want to include, click Next and then Finish. Now that the failure prediction model is set up, we can run the model. To do this, click on Optimize Learning in the AI Machine Learning tab. From here, you can see that our model builder has created two CSV files for the training data and the testing data. These are files created by the software and they do not need to be adjusted. Click Run to run the failure prediction model. Once the model run is completed, you can scroll up to see which AI machine learning model was selected to be used. Our failure prediction tool runs multiple Microsoft Azure AI machine learning models and selects the model that has the highest accuracy. Next, close this window and then click on Predict next to Optimize Learning in the AI Machine Learning tab. First, choose how far in the future you wish to predict asset failure. For this example, we will use 10 years. Since this is our first time running this model, check the box Recreate Predictions. Whenever you make changes to the input data to this model, this needs to be checked, and then click on Next. This takes you to the prediction model, where you simply click on Run to run the model, and this will run for a few seconds. When the output window says prediction results have been saved, click on Close, and then wait a second for the failure prediction model table to be constructed, and then click Next. This figure shows historical failure data as well as predicted future failure data. To get out of this figure, simply click on Finish in the bottom right-hand corner. On top of simply predicting future asset failure, we can also do a root cause analysis to see which asset attributes most correlated with asset failure. To do this, click on Root Cause Analysis in the AI Machine Learning tab. When doing this for the first time, you will need to click on Calculate PFI and let that model run until completion. The results you will get will look similar to this screen. The absolute value of the model weight shows you the asset attributes that correlated the closest to asset failure. In this example, the asset attributes that carry the most weight were asset age, material, water type, and owned by. It is important for the user to study these results and confirm that the attributes with the highest weight are reasonable in the context to the user's model data. Once the failure prediction model has been ran and its results analyzed, we can now use the failure prediction results in our risk analysis. To do this, click on Risk in the Asset ribbon. Instead of calculating the likelihood of failure using user GIS data, the user can now use the failure prediction model results for their likelihood of failure by selecting AI ML results in the LOF data source. This concludes our tutorial on the asset failure prediction model.